Welcome students. In our today's lecture, we will solve the test paper of last Saturday. Now, here in MCQ number 1, there are 10 raised to 19 electrons which are removed from a metal plate. Now, we know that whenever electrons are removed, the body becomes positively charged. And if the electrons are deposited, body becomes negatively charged. So this is clear that metal plate from which the electrons were removed will become positively charged. So out of the given option, positive is possible, negative answer is not possible. Now let us find the value of the total charge. We know that Q, that is total charge, is equal to NE. Here N is given and charge of an electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. So by putting the value of N and E and then solving, we will get 1.6 coulomb. So in this, option B is correct. Now MCQ number 2. What will be the change in the radius of a soap bubble if it is given a positive charge? Now here a positive charge is deposited on a soap bubble. So this is the initial condition of a soap bubble when no charge is deposited. Now when the charge is deposited on the soap bubble, due to repulsive force between this charged particle, the radius of the soap bubble will increase. See, this is the repulsive force between the like charges, and so the surface of the soap bubble will expand. Now students, remember here, in this case the positive charge is deposited. If the negative charge is deposited on this soap bubble, then also the radius will increase. Now MCQ number 3. In this MCQ, charge is given which is 3.2 into 10 raised to minus 3 coulomb and force is given, and we want to find the intensity of electric field. So we will use a simple formula which relates electric field, charge and force. We know that force F is equal to Q into E. When a charged particle is placed in an electric field, force will act. So this is the simple formula. Force is given, charge is also given, and we need to find the electric field. So let us make the subject E. So we will get F upon Q. Now force which is given, charge which is also given, we will put these values and then by normal calculation we will get the answer 40. So option number D is correct. Now for MCQ number 4, a body becomes positively charged when it. Now, see here, the correct option will be loses electrons. Students, we know that it is the electrons which can be gained or which can be lost. Positive charge, that is protons, cannot be gained or cannot be lost because protons, they are bound in a nucleus. They are not free to move. Only electrons, they can move because they are free to move. So option number C is correct. Now MCQ number 5. The dimensional formula of electric flux is. Now students, we know that to find the unit or a dimension, a formula related to that physical quantity is required. So flux phi is equal to E dot delta S, where E is electric field and delta S is area. Now we know that the unit of electric field is Newton per coulomb and unit of area is meter square. Now dimensional formula for Newton, which is unit of force, is m1 l1 t raised to minus 2, and dimension of charge, that is coulomb, which is written here, and dimension of meter, that is length, so it is L. As there is a square here, we will put square. So after putting the dimensions and then combining it or simplifying it, we will get this answer. You can see here m is power 1, L here as well as here, so 1 plus 2, so power is 3 here, time t raised to minus 2 as it is, and coulomb as it is in a denominator, so we can write it as c raised to minus 1. So option B is correct. Now MCQ number 6. In this MCQ also, we have to obtain the dimensional formula of permittivity. Symbol is epsilon naught. So in this MCQ also we will apply the same method which we applied in MCQ number 5. First we will write the formula in which there is a epsilon naught. So we will take a simple formula which is nothing but the Coulomb's law. F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 upon r square. So here we will make the subject epsilon naught. So this epsilon naught will move here and force will move in a denominator. So next relation will be this, making the subject epsilon naught. After making this subject, simply we will put the dimensions, or first we can find the unit also. So here I have obtained the unit first. We know that this constant do not have any unit, only this part has the unit and so the dimensions. So here this q1 and q2, they are the charge and their unit is coulomb. So coulomb into coulomb will give you coulomb square. R is a distance and distance is measured in meter, so meter square, and force is in Newton. So first we will write the units and then we will take the dimensions. Now here the dimension of this charge is taken as q. See, in earlier MCQ we have taken the dimension also as c only. The symbol was same, but here the dimension for this charge is taken as q. So q square meter, its dimension will be L because it is length, so L square, and once again Newton, its dimension is m1 L1 t raised to minus 2. Finally, combining all this and simplifying, we will get this. So option C is correct. Now section B, each question is of 2 mark. Now here this first question is about charging by induction. So here we have to explain the charging by induction and draw a necessary figure. So answer for this question is given on textbook page number 6, topic number 1.6. So you can write that topic for this answer, or if not, then you can also write example number 1.1, which is on page number 7. You can write this answer for this question number 1 with these figures, or this example 1.1. So for this question, out of 2 marks, you can expect half mark for the proper figures and 1.5 mark for description. Next question, question number 2. Mention any 4 characteristics of electric field lines. Now answer for this question is given on page number 25 of your textbook. See, there are 4 points given in your textbook. Each point carries 0.5 marks. So there are 4 points. So this is the points from the textbook. Even the notes which I had given you, in that also this topic number 1.9, in which these 4 points are given. Now section C, each question is of 3 mark. Now in this question number 3, write Coulomb's law and represent the forces between the two charged particles in vector form. Now answer for this question is given on page number 42 as well as page number 12. Now see, on page number 42 the statement of Coulomb law is given, and on page number 12 the rest of the description in vector form is given. On page number 45 only Coulomb's law is given, which is point number 5 on that page. Also in my notes I had given this answer very nicely, so you can go through the answer from the notes also. You can see here the Coulomb's law, its statement is given here, and the vector from description you can write from this part. Now in question number 4, an example is given. In this example, there are two charged particles Q and 2Q. They are separated by certain distance. Given that the force between these two charged particles is equal to weight of one of them, and we need to find the distance between the two charged particles. So here, from the given condition, the force between the two charged particles is equal to weight of one of them. So first we will write this. R is to be obtained. We know that the Coulombian force is given by this formula. F is equal to K, product of the two charges, upon distance between them and its square, which is equal to weight. Weight means mg. So after writing this formula, we will make the subject r square, because this r is to be obtained. So in next step, we will make the subject r. After making this subject r, now we will put simply values which are given. 2 as it is, value of k is 9 into 10 raised to 9. Charge q, which is given, 5 into 10 raised to minus 20. Mass of the particle is also given, which is 3 into 10 raised to minus 25. And value of acceleration due to gravity is 10. So after putting these values and calculating, we will get r square is equal to 150 into 10 raised to minus 7. Now here this value is r square, but we need only r, so we have to take the square root now. Now we know that when the power of 10 is odd number, we cannot take the square root, so we will make this power as even number. So here this power is made 10 raised to minus 6. So here also in place of 150 we will write 15. So here you will get the value of r square as 15 into 10 raised to minus 6. Now you can easily take the square root. So if we'll take the square root of 15 with the help of calculator, we will directly get 3.87, and square root of 10 raised to minus 6. Simply make the power half. You will get 10 raised to minus 3. And so you will get the answer r is equal to 3.87 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter, which is the distance between the two charged particles. Now section D. This example carries 4 marks. Now here in this example, there are 3 charged particles given. These charged particles are placed at the vertices of an equilateral triangle ABC. And here we want to find the force acting between the charged particle which is kept at point C. Here the distance is given 5.0 centimeter. Distance means the length of the side, and force is to be obtained on the charged particle at point C. So now you can see the figure. Three charged particles named Q1, Q2 and Q3. They are placed at the vertices of this triangle ABC, and the force is to be obtained on the charge at point C, that is here. Now this type of example we have already solved. In your textbook, example number 1.7 and example number 1.9, which has the similar type of method. So here also the solution is given to you, but you have to try this example on your own. You can use different types of methods for the solution of this example. If you have any doubt for this, you can ask me. So this is about the solution of test paper 1.